Okay, okay. Looks like our players and observers finally ready, so we're gonna hop into the first game here of the series of Dewalt versus Zhanhun. Maybe Zhanhun. Hang on. Okay, okay, there he goes. All right, so we got Dewalt versus Zhanhun here on Polestar, a PvP. Spawning here in the bottom right, we have our Russian Protoss player Dewalt. And here in the bottom left, we have the Chinese Protoss player Zhanhun.
Yeah, it's PvP, man, so it can get very exciting.
It's PvP, so we're probably going to see, you guys have seen it a lot here lately, it's probably going to be a lot of Goon versus Reaver, or Goon Reaver versus Goon Reaver, so we'll see if we get any mix-ups, but you guys kind of know how it goes. We've seen so much of it here lately.
These days,
It is
man,
Go
I was
ahead.
going to say, these days, they just like do pylon and one gate build, and you know, like it's pretty standard. Like observer,
Mhm.
it's not like the crazy days that you could see like proxy gateways, two proxy gates into shield batteries and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely not as crazy as it used to be. It's just a lot of the kind of the same thing. At least here in the foreign scene, when we watched ASL last season, I definitely saw a lot of variety in the Korean scene at least. But yeah, definitely in the foreign scene, it's just kind of the standard Goon Reaver. It's such a good ladder build. I think is a big part of it because it's just good against DT. It's not weak against anything, right? So it just seems like a build that people get accustomed to because it's just something that you kind of want to do every single game if you're going to climb on the ladder.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, sometimes you can do like some variants of maybe scouting, doing a fast two gateways into cybercore, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's the most common is pretty much one gate.
Yeah, about the most interesting thing that you end up keeping an eye on is do they make that 14 zealot or not? It's such a small thing, but it's about the only time we ever get any variance in this matchup. And yeah, both players going to make that 14 zealot, so it's just going to be a complete mirror for the beginning.
Here you go. Zhanhun trying to find his opponent. Not luck for him, by the way. Is Dewalt going to get this scouting? I think
Looks like it.
so.
So first scout is going to go down for Dewalt, which will allow him to get inside and get that information, whereas Zhanhun not going to get... Actually, the Zealot is out on time because this was a little bit of a later scout from Dewalt, so Zhanhun should be able to block the ramp and prevent that probe from getting inside.
Do you think Protoss can tell where this Protoss is coming from this scouting time?
He should know that it's bottom right.
Because he's not really changing the direction of his scouting.
Yeah, I guess he is going to go top right. I mean, it could be... So here's the only thing that you could be thinking as Zhanhun is the scout's a little bit later than it would normally be. So it could have been a crawl spawn first scout. But he just checks the ramp actually and turns back around, so... Because he knew that Goon Zealot should have been out by now. And
Mirror
now he
builds,
knows for sure.
pretty much mirror builds. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see DTs or stuff like that. It's probably robotic and robotic.
Yeah, we should just see the Robo come down for both players. Got the resources for it. There we go. Gonna be the Robo towards the ramp.
Sometimes Protoss skip the robot and goes to Nexus and then make a robot later on.
Yeah, you can do gate expand. Gate expand is actually pretty good against the gate, like a crawl expand, for instance. Like if they go into Reaver before Nexus, gate expand's actually a bit better. You just have that superior eco lane. You're not in danger of dying or anything. But they're just gonna both play it very standard, very safe. Kind of what I expected. I wish there was a lot to say, guys. You know, we've seen it. We've probably seen it like 30 times in the last few weeks. It's, you know, it is what it is.
Oh, wait. There is variance here. He's making a second gateway.
Yeah, much faster second gateway.
Maybe actually Zhanhun decides to do a Nexus.
This might delay the Reaver from Dewalt, actually.
I think he's going for a Nexus.
Zhanhun's building something in the top left of his base.
Never mind. No.
I don't know if that's his Reaver tech or what that is up there, but he's got something in the top left corner of his base. He's going to push out these goons, going to get a few pot shots off on this goon, but Dewalt going to be sitting back at home with his goons, and Zhanhun knows not to overextend. And we do see that Nexus coming down from Zhanhun, so honestly, so far, I really like Zhanhun's build order a lot more than Dewalt. So I think he's going for the fast Reaver, skipping the second gateway, and going for that quicker Reaver into the Nexus here.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Wait, so what's in the top left of his base? I'm actually really curious.
The thing is that Dewalt is going with these two gateways. He's going to be kind of like forced to do some kind of damage with his timing. Otherwise, he's going to be behind.
That's absolutely true. Yeah, once he identifies that Zhanhun has this much faster Nexus, he's gonna have to get aggressive and get some damage. Okay, it's the observatory in the top left. I was wondering if maybe that's what it was. So he hit his observatory kind of in a weird spot, which is interesting.
Yeah, it's funny because in my screen it looks so big, I thought it was a Nexus. Okay, here we go with the Reaver. Is he waiting for a second Reaver? Never mind. Just go. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's because he knows there's a possibility that Zhanhun's taking an expansion now, and he can't wait. I guess he doesn't feel like he can wait. He needs to kind of test. He's actually been pretty much blind this whole game, right? He sees a faster observer from Zhanhun. I don't know if he spotted. He has taken the Nexus behind this, but like you said, he's gonna have to get some damage done. He does have that shuttle advantage because we did skip that observer. So there is potential for Dewalt to get some damage here with a good micro. Oh man, but that shuttle immediately getting targeted and getting extremely low.
The Reaver.
But he does target the Reaver down, actually. Dewalt's taking a fantastic fight here. Gonna clean these up, still have his shuttle and Reaver alive. That Reaver very healthy as well. And just like that, he's gonna break this position. He doesn't have to kill Zhanhun from here. He can take this Nexus and just take his own expansion on this, which he did start the Nexus, so Dewalt's gonna have a huge lead now with this Nexus going down.
Yeah. He's killing that Nexus and probably killing... I mean, not killing, but...
Ooh, nice Reaver shot there from Zhanhun. And dancing a little bit. Good Reaver control here from Zhanhun, kind of playing the spacing perfectly so far. Actually playing it like absolutely perfect.
To fight this. Just retreat.
Yeah, I think retreat is the play here. There is no need to stay down here. And Zhanhun is getting really good value out of this Reaver. He's spacing it super well. He does want to escort this Reaver out, but I think he's not going to be able to. There's too many goons here. Following up. A little bit of a pot shot, the shuttle coming out. And I don't know if Dewalt's going to go for a bit of a rescue mission. It looks like we don't see much coming out of his base right now, so this... He can't really afford to lose this for free, though, because he doesn't have a lot behind this. And he has to worry about the counter push. And yeah, there the Reaver goes down. Does at least get one goon with its dying breath, but has to be very careful now from the counter push from Zhanhun. So once again, we're going to get another yo-yo of, you know, you win a fight, back up, and then you get counterattacked.
Yeah, but if I was Zhanhun, I will try to just harass the minerals. Just try to abuse the position.
Yeah, and he might do that. We saw that a lot in some of Zhanhun's past games. He gets very, very aggressive with his Reaver. He likes to try to test the water and fly into mineral lines. Does come back for the second Reaver. And yeah, he's going to go for a push. He knows he has to do damage to get this game back even again.
Well, he has two Reavers. Dewalt has one Reaver and one shuttle. So it can get scary, I guess.
Yeah, it can get a little bit scary. The second Reaver shouldn't be too far off for Dewalt, but you see in the supply, it's pretty even supply. And we're going to see this dance. Oh, no. Dewalt taking a shot on his Reaver immediately. Got to be very careful. And their second Reaver comes out now. And doing this with two Reavers is actually a lot harder than one. I'm so nervous for Dewalt. Because that Reaver's so close. Does land a shot now. And another one. The Reaver goes down. So Dewalt winning this little micro battle. Zhanhun gonna jump forward to try and get that Reaver, but bleeds off a couple goons. And that other Reaver from Zhanhun very low. So Dewalt defending extremely well while having the superior eco. And Zhanhun definitely in a little bit of trouble now. We're gonna see those extra gateways, I think, coming down for Dewalt. So his production is going to ramp up much, much higher. And here we go. Here's the Zhanhun special. If he's losing, he is not afraid to fly in a mineral line to try to fight damage. And here we go. Gonna force the pull, maybe get one probe. One for the big pull, so it's gonna dub.
Didn't get anything. But now there is a counter attack he has to deal with.
Yeah, which is scary because Dewalt killed a lot of units and he lost nothing while defending that push. And he's got the observer advantage, which is kind of a big deal as well. And just gonna jump forward immediately on top of that shuttle. Get a lot of damage done here with 2 Reavers. Does take a little bit of splash, I think, on the back Reaver. And yeah, targeting Goons is the play here. Goons gonna jump forward, go for the shuttle, does get the shuttle. So as long as we don't bleed off our Reavers here, Dewalt does have a big micro advantage, but I think it's getting a little bit crazy. Is gonna kill off those Reavers, does lose 1 in the meantime. But once again, Dewalt winning the fight here pretty handily. And GG, Dewalt gonna take game 1 against Zhanhun. What do you think? What do you think about PvP, Ian?
Hey man, absolute cinema, PvP of the year. Holy.
I think the micro battles are pretty fun, but the lead up, it is just kind of the same build up every time. That's kind of the only thing about it. But I enjoy the little micro battles, the pickups, the Reaver shots, and that kind of stuff. But yeah.
I mean, and Dewalt using his the window that he had very well. He pretty much like destroyed that Zhanhun defense, took the Nexus, and then from there it was just a matter of time. The Dewalt got his own expansion going, more gateways, just like did very well.
Yeah, I favored Zhanhun's build order a bit more, but it was just a great execution from Dewalt. But looks like our players are ready, so okay, just kidding. Looks like it's going to be a couple minutes here again, so. But yeah, as I was saying, I think Dewalt's execution of the build, right, that he went for where he had to be aggressive, he just out-microed, I feel like, Zhanhun really, really well. He did have that shuttle advantage because he didn't go for that observer. Which, a little bit dangerous, but because it is just a lot of shuttle or Goon Reaver versus Goon Reaver, he felt confident skipping that observer and going for the push, so that did give him that shuttle advantage. So, and a lot of times in mirror matchups too, it's like the little things, right? You especially know in ZVZ, right? Like it's the little things add up to such big things by the end of the game.
You know what? Metropolis could be way more crazy than Radium.
Yeah.
It could be because like it's so open. I can see like with the shuttle speed kicking, this being hell to defend.
Yeah. It is pretty rough, and we've actually seen a couple crazy games on Metropolis now where the counter shuttle drops can be so strong, and Zhanhun loves going for that, so he's pretty good at finding those opportunities. And like you said, on Metropolis, with the base being so wide open, and it's so easy to like sneak shuttles into behind the natural or into the main from that big kind of like bit of land there going down the main base, right?
That tells me also that maybe there is a chance that someone goes the Pro gateways on this one.
Yeah. I wish, Eon. I wish I had your optimism. That way we get some craziness. It's not impossible, but Dewalt's such a standard player.
That's why PvP is exciting. What are we doing here, man? Bring the energy. I know you just wake up, but come on, man.
Alright. Yeah, looks like we're ready to hop in a game here, too, of Dewalt versus Zhanhun. Alright, spawning here in the top right, we have the Protoss player Dewalt. And to the top left, we may or may not get a peek. We have the Chinese Protoss Zhanhun. So, all right, Ian, I will try my best. I'm kind of a low energy person to begin with. It's early morning for me.
Proxy ways.
Wait, this is an early scout. This might actually be proxy gates from Dewalt. That is so funny because I just specifically said Dewalt would not be the one to do it. And yeah, I think we're gonna get a center 9-9. That's awesome.
You're funny.
All right, looks like Eon has a better read on PvP than I do. Yeah, so we are going to get those center gates from Dewalt. That is, it's perfect. That's what we're going to see.
Yeah. And now, Zhanhun, what is your build order choice, my friend?
Yeah, I'm curious. If he skips the 14 Zealot, it is an instant death as well. Yeah, it'll be curious to see how he reacts to this. I personally have a hard time with proxy gates in PvP, so anytime I get an opportunity to watch high-level players deal with it is good for me. I mean, I don't even play Protoss anymore, I guess, but I still never figured it out, you know?
Wait. So it's one gate, gas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if Zhanhun doesn't scout early on, he's in a lot of troubles, right?
Yeah, you have to be able to identify it pretty quickly. He does have the forward gate, which can be a little bit tough, I think, because the SimCity is not going to be tight. But he might be able to get a shield battery on the ramp, potentially, which could help him quite a bit. But we'll see how quickly he identifies. He's going to get first scout, so that's really nice for Zhanhun to get as early information as possible. And he did make that 14 Zealot, so he's not skipping any corners. So he will have a chance to beat this, hold this potentially. I'm curious if we're going to see that shield battery.
Need to build shield battery instantly. More silos. But I wonder, do you make a Dragoon or do you like keep making?
Oh, I think he wants to build a shield battery right here, below his gateway. They're just trying to block. He's trying to prevent his Goon from getting blocked. But yes, you need to get the Goon out. You have to go Goon from here. You can't go Zealots because you just aren't able to make enough. And yeah, there's the shield battery coming down for... Is that Dewalt's shield battery, actually? But he did lose the probe, so he's not going to get the trap on the Goon, at least. But he's going to have the Zealots here to trap the Goon that comes out.
It's trap.
Yeah. Shield battery is going to finish for Zhanhun, but is it going to finish in time? No, the Goon goes down. Shield battery done for Dewalt, and I think we're just dead. I think this is a win for Dewalt. Probe's going to go down, the Zealot getting very low.
Yeah, that's probably it. I was expecting a second Zero, to be honest.
Yeah, the problem is you just can't go Zealots off of one gate because they're just on 2-gate production, so you'll just always lose if you keep going Zealots. You have to try to get a Goon out. But yeah, it's interesting. I thought Zhanhun was going to build a shield battery below his gateway to prevent the Goon from getting blocked. I thought that's what it looked like he was going to do, but yeah. Dewalt going to take a clean win, and yeah, that's what it looks like every single time I played against 9-9, so I'm glad it looks the same for Zhanhun as well.
Interesting. I thought you would make like, if you scout this, you will make like 2 Zeros, then Dragoon. Not going straight 1 Zero to 1 Dragoon.
Yeah. The issue is just that you don't get the second Zealot out in time to block the ramp, I guess. Otherwise, if he scouts it...
He was chasing the Protoss from the world. Why he didn't just like block the ramp with the Zero and the workers?
You kinda can. It's tough. I mean, it's just really tough because they just have the double Zealot production. I mean, he can buy some time by trying to do that, but he wanted to kill the probe to prevent the shield batteries and the walls from coming down, but he did get that shield battery down with its dying breath, and that was kind of what sealed the game for Dewalt. Because that shield battery turned into the block.
I have seen people like... Are we getting like 2 minutes break after each game now? Okay.
Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, I think the observer keeps asking for time. Not sure exactly what's going on in their end, but
So I have seen people like when they scout this early on, they would just like make a second gateway and just like keep making zeros, man.
yeah, if you scout it really early, you can. But he went for a bit of a later scout. Like if he does like gate scout and scouts it immediately, he can do that. But he was doing a bit of a later scout. So by the time he found it, the core was already almost done, and that was kind of the issue.
Well, guys, we are in a break here. I don't know who is. I mean, probably Zhanhun need to a mental reset. Right now he's out too.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't know how you can turn this around because right now the confidence is going to the world.
Yeah, Dewalt feeling very confident. Yeah, it's funny because I never see Dewalt cheese, like ever. So it was funny to me that you called for center gates, and then I was like, well, if it happens, it's not going to be Dewalt. And then literally everything I didn't expect. But all right, looks like we are finally jumping into game 3 here of Dewalt versus Zhanhun. Going to be on Polestar. Spawning here in the bottom right, we got Dewalt and his opponent, and the top left, we have Zhanhun. Like our observer sets the camera hotkeys. He takes observing very seriously. I respect that.
Yeah. I don't know any of the hotkeys for observing, by the way. Not a single one. Sometimes by mistake I remove everything and get so tilted that Blizzard close the game.
Yeah, observing is it's a whole separate bit of knowledge and skill, I guess.
But where are the hotkeys? Like, why there is no information about that? You can find any information about hotkeys on the server mode. Nothing.
Yeah, it's kind of it is somewhere you can find it because I went through them before, but I don't even remember where. I think it's like on the overlay somewhere, but I think the A key hides the entire screen, like toggles that.
What I do is just press every key on the keyboard to see if something fixes. Then I find out nothing's working. I'm like, okay, I'm just closing the game.
That's one way to go about it for sure.
So mirror builds this time. One gate,
Yeah.
one gate. Probably a simulator following up. But this time is like cross spans, so that makes the rush distance longer for both players. So I wonder, after scouting each other, what the decisions are going to be. If we are going like probably most likely a spending route or something more aggressive.
Yeah, I would expect. So I've been wrong about this every time I've said it. When I see crawl spawns, I immediately think, okay, they won't be as aggressive. So I don't think we'll see a second gate or something early from Dewalt like we did before. But every time I've said that, I've been wrong. So we're just gonna have to see what they're gonna do.
Nah, man, don't be discouraged. Just keep trying. One time you're going to be right, you know?
That's true. Eventually you're right, and then you get to say, see, I told you so. I was just wrong 10 times before that, that's all.
Even if it takes you like 10k games, just keep trying.
Yeah, if Zhanhun gets out of this game, we're gonna get on Eclipse, which would be another opportunity for some craziness.
Wait, what do you mean? Say again? Eclipse what?
It'll be Eclipse for game 4, so there could be potential like proxy pylons and gates and stuff on that map again as well.
Oh, it's episode 7. I didn't know.
It's best of 5, but I'm saying if Zhanhun wins this, if Zhanhun wins this,
okay.
Yeah.
So you just assume Zhanhun is winning, and I was like, bro, what?
No, definitely, like you said, the momentum's in Dewalt's favor. He's
saying Dewalt is winning this. I don't know where you're coming from now that we're playing Eclipse. That's crazy.
It does look like Zhanhun opted to skip the Zella this time, which is pretty funny because you would think after getting center gated, he would feel less confident, but I think he just mind games him a little bit. And he's like, yeah, he's not gonna do it 2 games in a row. There's no way.
Yeah, man. No one does it back to back, right?
All right.
Unless you are a boxer and you're pulling like Proxy Barracks 3 times in a row or something like that.
You know, I've never watched Boxer play before, but I'm a Boxer fan because I
That's
heard he,
crazy.
I
So
heard
you
he
never
also uses
see him
Heroes.
playing, but you are his fan.
Yes, we do have the Citadel actually this time from, was that Zhanhun Citadel?
Oh,
Yeah, so gonna get some potential DT play here this time.
wait a minute. That Dragoon is getting a good amount of damage.
Mm-hmm. All right, we'll see what Zhanhun can get done here with the DT. We do have the kind of the standard one gate robo from Dewalt, so if he skips Observer like he did in that first game, though, he could potentially take a lot of damage. And maybe that's what Zhanhun's thinking. He's thinking, hey, you've done this a couple times. Yeah, there's a second gateway from Dewalt, so it could be very similar aggression to what he did on Radeon. So if it is the same where he skips the Observatory for a long time to get the faster Reaver shuttle with the goon count, then he could get caught off guard by this DT.
I wonder if he's going to skip it because what he sees is that Zhanhun is playing very defensive.
Yeah. This is a good push from Dewalt. This is specifically good against DT builds. And he's going to see the Nexus coming down. And that actually might be enough to tip him off already. It's like, hey, you had 3 goons. You have this Nexus. I think he saw that he didn't have goon range. I'm not sure if Zhanhun actually got goon range or not. But yeah, I think Dewalt's going to be aware of it now. So I don't think he's going to skip that Observatory. So great push out from Dewalt gathering information here. And yeah, even the Nexus canceled. Not looking good for Zhanhun.
Was that really needed when you are making DTs?
I don't think the DT would have been out in time. Yeah. The DT is still not out, so the Nexus for sure would have gone down. And behind this, yeah, we're going to see the Nexus come down from Dewalt. I'd like for the Observer to give us a peek at his base, but I'm sure he is going for that Observatory and he's going to fall back.
I would say already like Rip Eclipse or no?
Yeah, there it is. What'd you say? Sorry?
Can we say already like Rip Eclipse or no?
We kind of can, honestly, but this is an extremely difficult position for Zhanhun to play from. Yeah, typically when you're going for the DT build, you're looking to get that faster Nexus, and when you're going DTs, they've got Observers out, and your Nexus is slower, you really have nothing going for you.
Well, yeah, tell me something positive about like Zhanhun build order right now.
All right, let's get positive. All right, so the potential for Zhanhun is Storm. Storm is going to be the counter to Reaver Tech. So if he can get a little bit later into the game and get some High Templar out and get Storms, he can potentially take a big fight to bring this game back.
So we need to rely on a Storm to make something happen in this game.
Yeah, and we're only just now getting range for Zhanhun.
So Reaver is out.
And another thing, if you want me to be positive, the army composition efficiency is like really easy. So what I mean by that is, for Zhanhun, you're gonna go Zealot, Templar, Storm. Is really cheap, so you can get a lot of units out for a very small amount of resources.
I think something positive we can say is that he made early forge, so there is a chance he's upgraded right now, the attack.
Yeah. Yeah, but it is nice we're going to get a little bit of a dynamic in this matchup.
Oh, no upgrades.
Yeah, no upgrades.
Like you said, he's making High Templars, going for a Storm. Dewalt is making Citadel for himself.
Yeah, because you can't really go Mascoon against this composition because the Storm gets too much value, so he's going to have to mix up some Zealot as well. But yeah, we're just going to have a lot of units coming out for Zhanhun. I mean, his supply is still pretty good, which is kind of what I was saying. It's very supply efficient, or like it's just a cheap unit composition. And Dewalt might actually be going for his own archives. Yeah, so he's just going to go
because there is no robotics, so Zhanhun is skipping that at the moment.
That's what he's doing. Yeah, he recognizes that he's not building a robo, so he's going to go for his own DT. The robo is coming down now. Actually, perfectly timed from Zhanhun even to be able to get his own observers out before DT. But that is something I always worry about too. When I see an observer flying on my base, I'm like, oh no, he knows that I have no detection.
Okay.
Even skipped cannons.
Zhanhun is kind of like putting units everywhere to deal with a future river drop. Still far from coming, I feel like. The wall is focusing on making more gateways, making more tech. The gray finally starting for Zhanhun.
Yeah. As this goes on, I'm actually liking it more and more for Zhanhun. He wasn't under any pressure. He's got a good amount of storms, like storm energy being collected. And honestly, it's not that bad for him. Like this, I kind of thought it was over with how the opening went, but it's actually looking completely fine for him. Oh, is he gonna go? He might go Dark Archon. Yeah, so we're gonna go for feedback on the Templar. I love this. I love seeing this.
How expensive is feedback?
It's so they already have feedback. You don't have to research it, and it's only 50 energy to cast.
Okay, so he can get all the high templars.
Yes, like very, very easily. I think Dark Archon is so underused.
Yeah, feedback range is actually quite big. It's something you can really use. I'm surprised more people don't use it against the vessel.
Yep. Against the vessel, huh? That's interesting.
Yeah.
I've never even thought about that.
Yeah, the range of feedback is quite high. So
yeah,
it's something that you realistically you can use.
It's true because they're definitely not going to cast their EMP before they get hit with a feedback. EMP is a very slow, kind of a low range spell.
They will probably going to spend.
Well,
no.
Both players just kind of chilling. We're gonna see probably just one big fight that decides the game.
Well, Dewalt has rivers in his favor.
He's got the 2 reavers. He's got the feedbacks. If he gets the feedbacks on the High Templar, there's so many Templar though. I think we're up to like 5 or 6 Templar now. The reavers could be incredibly powerful if they don't get stormed down. They do shoot through zealots like very, very easily. There's the Archons coming out now. Archons very, very strong against zealots as well. And actually, Archons are good against both Storm and Zealot.
These armies are about to clash, man. I don't really know who's going to come on top. But it's going to be exciting because there is that Archon in the mix. There are rivers. Magic can happen.
Magic can happen. It could also completely dud out. And then Dewalt just gets completely run over. It is very possible. There's a lot of storm energy built up, but we're building up more feedback energy as well. I mean, if the feedbacks are good and we take out like 3 Templar immediately, then I feel like Dewalt's going to crush this fight.
Dewalt started his tier Nexus, by the way.
Yep. Not quite catching that observer just out of vision. Gonna walk forward with us. Oh, we're looking for the feedbacks. We get 1 for the Dark Archon, but I don't think that's good enough, actually.
That was not good at all.
Yeah.
Needed more. If I was Zhanhun right now, I would be looking to engage. Yeah, oh, look at CCT denying. Ah, they was going for it a bit like crazy.
Yeah, these Reavers are really like far to the left here too, kind of getting trying, but big storms go down on the Goons and on the Reavers, and it looks to me like Dewalt's just getting completely swallowed up by all these Zealots. And Zhanhun absolutely crushing this fight, taking a huge supply lead with the composition advantage as well. Gonna deny this third, taking his own third behind it, and Dewalt just gonna GG, so Eclipse is back on the menu, boys.
Man, that was so disorganized, like chaotic, like it was almost like he was. I don't know why it took him such a build up to that position, and it was so like, I don't know, so messed up to do. Like the attack was super messed up, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think, like you said, it looked very disorganized. The Reavers kind of ended out like way out on the left, kind of away from the fight, just surrounded by Zhanhun's units. So they were in a weird position, and yeah, we kind of squandered our Dark Archon just for the one High Templar, and it kind of got rolled in the big fight there. So
Yeah. Wow, Eclipse, man. Oh, you were right, bro. The Haki, you are back on track, man. Finally, you are right. Wow.
we're back, boys. We finally got one.
What? You say few things about Eclipse, but in my opinion, we are probably going to see more of the same of the last game. Well, not DTs exactly, but probably just like the gate opening to,
Yeah.
or at least someone goes for Proxys. I don't think it's going to be the case.
Yeah, I expect we'll see Green Reaver. I'm just saying that it is a map that does kind of allow for the proxy pylon stuff, and it's just possible. It's possible we see some stuff. But I think you're right, honestly. Most of the time it ends up being standard on this map.
Yeah, man, because Eclipse is honestly one of the most standard maps you can get.
Mhm.
People made tutorials on this map.
Yeah. All right, Zhanhun taking a game back, so we're gonna get some confidence back from that one, and actually
Do you
taking it
think
back
that was
by quite a
enough?
bit.
Do you think that was enough for him to make him like back really in the series? Do you see him taking this game?
Do I see him taking this game?
Yeah.
Personally, no, I don't. I still think it's favored for Dewalt from what we've seen so far. But I also know from watching Dewalt, he can tilt kind of easily. So sometimes I do get worried when he comes off of a loss. But looks like our players are ready, so we're going to hop into game 4 here. Dewalt versus Zhanhun on Eclipse. Here in the top right, we have Zhanhun and his opponent. And the bottom left is going to be Dewalt.
Yep. Hey, do you remember the times that Protoss player used to do this proxy gateways on destination inside the main?
No, I don't. Looks like our observer maybe lagged out. I'm actually pretty new to playing ladder and stuff. I just started playing ladder like 2.5 years ago, something like that.
Oh, you never played destination then?
Yeah, I did not.
Oh wow! Oh man, you missed the good times. You missed yeah, you are reason to this, bro. Like, no, you missed the good stuff. I hear sounds, but I don't see any gameplay.
Yeah, we got a little bit of a freeze here, guys. Gonna try and get this sorted out. We will keep you company in the meantime.
We can tell you that they are making workers, probably making a pylon by now.
Potentially.
Yeah, making a gateway.
Yeah, probably a pylon on 8 guys. We got a gateway on 10, gas on either 11 or 12. One or both players going for that 14 zealot for sure. We're just walking you through the early game. Trust me.
There was a time that people will narrate esports like that. You know, you don't have an image. You will just like on the radio, listen, basic movements, and right now you can feel like someone is scouting. Micro is still in the ramp.
What did you want to tell me about Destination?
Oh man, what a map! Imagine Terran used to play Make against Sir, and they will just like camp and going from one expansion to another. Wait, is the gameplay back? It is.
As you guys gonna sort it out first, guys. I'm looking at the map destination right now.
So there is a pile in the middle of Zhanhun blocking the mining.
Okay. So yeah, we got a miner pylon there. Just kind of disrupts the mining a little bit.
Okay. Do you think that's a good? That's a good move?
It's good if they skip the zealot. If they make the zealot, I don't actually like it that much, because it just goes down pretty quickly, so it doesn't really get much value. And it looked like he did make the zealot, so yeah, I'm personally not a fan of it in that case. I don't think it's that great, because one of the reasons you make the 14 zealot is to prevent that from happening. It's specifically for that, as well as, like, you know, the two gate pushes and that kind of thing. It's one of the main reasons anyway.
Well, this time Zhanhun is not really going for DTs or anything like that. Nothing crazy.
Yeah, I think, like you said, it's just going to be standard.
By the way, this server, man, it's making me. The server is making me like freak out. Like, he's not showing like the mains or anything. Show me something. Okay, robotic.
Okay, we got a fast 2-gate from Dewalt, so Dewalt is going to be getting aggressive early.
Yep. Going to be interesting, because usually when a Protoss does this, you usually like close your opponent in the main, and you just contain him and you expand yourself. So it's a different approach.
Yep. Yeah, that's most likely what we're going to see. We're going to see the 2-gate aggression, going to push him back into his main, and he's going to take us on natural. But the scary part, of course, is that you're not going to have Reavers for a very long time when they have Reavers. So there's always kind of that little bit of balance that happens. So we're going to see Dewalt pushing out probably pretty soon, once he gets maybe one more rotation of goons, and try to time it where he's hitting just before the Reavers are out.
Oh, the downside of this is that if, for example, Zhanhun was doing DTs, it would be auto GG.
Yep. But yeah, there's a lot of builds, and this is why. That's exactly why you see the 1-gate robo so often, is because it's like basically any other build can die to DT rush.
Okay, good positioning for Zhanhun here.
Oh, straight to 4-gate. Wow. Okay, so we're gonna go only Dragoons. We will not be making our own Reaver.
No, he has to, because like his tech is so delayed and he's expanding. So unfortunately for the world, that worker is about to scout everything.
Yeah, he's about to get scouted.
I don't think that worker is blocking the ramp. Never mind, he's not going.
Oh, worker comes in, sees the 4 gates, all he needs to see. And even that too, like, he also got a bad trade. He actually might just die to this Reaver push, honestly. We lost 1 goon, 1 zealot for 1 zealot.
Oh, it's 4 gate with the hacky. Do you think he can beat the 4 gate?
I believe so. I think this Reaver push is going to be super strong. Our goon count's actually even ahead for Zhanhun right now. Like, Dewalt's going to have a slight goon advantage, but the Reaver value with the shuttle is so high.
Yeah, that is true. But it's only 1 Reaver.
Yeah, it looks like Dewalt is cutting workers. I think that's absolutely what he should be doing. He needs to get as many units out as possible right now, because he knows his Nexus advantage is pretty big. And he needs to make sure he doesn't get caught in his natural. If he gets pinned into his natural and the Reavers get here, it's extremely difficult. You kind of see how he's got his goons spread out a little bit outside of his natural right now, so he wants to try to take a fight before he gets pushed in too much.
Oh man, you as a player here, seeing your opponent has a server and seeing every move you are doing, it has to be annoying, right? Never mind.
Dewalt's going for this because he wants to try and trade as much as he can before the Reaver gets here, but Zhanhun still had a lot of goons as well, so Reaver does get out here, and he's actually going to cause a dud there. That's crazy. So that shot does dud, But yeah, I think that was very smart from Dewalt, even though he didn't take like the best trade per se. It's so much better to fight before the Reaver shows up, and he's gonna have that extra round of units behind us. So, and now he's got a bit of a flank that can come out. Even fighting with the probe some to get as much value as possible. He understands how important it is to stay alive here. So really well played from Dewalt so far. Big Reaver shot, does get a few probes as well as the goons. And great micro from Zhanhun with his Reaver, keeping it alive, and that's actually going to allow him to win this fight. Even gets another Reaver shot on the backside of these probes. And I think with this next round of units, Dewalt is going to be able to push him back, but this was, I feel like, enough damage for Zhanhun. I mean, he killed a lot of probes, his own Nexus is coming down behind this, he's got the tech advantage. Yeah, I like this for Zhanhun.
I'm not pretty sure he killed that many workers, to be honest.
You don't think so? It was like 8 or 9, because the one Reaver shot killed like 4 around that one goon as well.
Really? I missed that.
Yeah, and Reaver's gonna come back in here. And ooh, 2 more probes go down. Nice pick from Zhanhun. And his own Nexus completing behind this.
Is the war making any tech?
Nope. We are only Dragoons on 4 gate here. Citadel coming down from Zhanhun, that's surprising. I would have expected him to just keep massing Goon Reaver. And now the Robo finally comes down. Oh, maybe he was thinking about DT. Yeah,
that's a crazy guess, by the way, because if you are under siege by Reavers, you're thinking about DT, so that's an insane guess.
Yeah,
okay.
So
I think the game stabilized here. I don't think we're going to see anything crazy.
Yeah, it's stabilized with maybe a close to equal eco, except that Zhanhun has a huge tech advantage. He's already got Reavers out, and he's got Templar Archives on the way before Dewalt's Robo's even finished. So definitely worried for Dewalt.
You know, Zhanhun is so still on 2 gateways.
Yeah. Yeah, he's dumping a lot of resources into tech going for that Templar Archives.
Oh no! Free Dragons!
Yeah, gonna catch these goons. Dewalt was hoping to get a little bit lucky catching the shuttle coming back home, but Zhanhun paying a lot of attention. Does catch at least 1 goon, but gonna back up because he sees with his... I mean, he's just got so much information. Reaver even tried to go back into the natural, but it looks like Dewalt left a few goons there to deflect it. But yeah, the observer is giving so much advantage. Like information advantage here, so he can just kind of go where he needs to go. This is so dangerous. I can't believe he took this path out. Jonathan's crazy, man.
Wow.
I guess because he saw the goons with this observer there, that he felt safe doing that.
There are DTs going to the wall main. Oh,
he's gonna drop? Yeah, he's gonna drop 1 with the Reaver, I guess, into the main while having another Reaver coming towards the natural. Which this might actually work because we're chasing the observer. Oh, okay. Okay. And Dewalt gonna catch this 1 DT, so that's at least a good moment for him. And now the Reaver DT gonna fly into the main here. Okay, just gonna unload the 1 DT, but the observer, quick response from Dewalt here. Only going to lose maybe a couple probes. Only just 1 probe even, so really great catches here from Dewalt shutting down those DT.
Yeah, that didn't do anything. Those DTs were like free food for the wall.
Yeah. Zhanhun is up to 3 Reavers right now, which is a little bit scary. And second shuttle, yeah. So we might go up to 4 Reavers total. And with 4 Reavers and us not having our own Reavers, even Storm tech out for Zhanhun, I mean, his tech is just so far ahead of Dewalt's.
What about gateway number? Is it even?
It looks like it could be pretty close to even, yeah. But once again, we're on that Zealot. Okay, we're just going straight into Archon. So we're once again on that Zealot Templar tech for Zhanhun. Gonna poke in again with this almost dead shuttle. What a brave man. And it's a gift. Another gift for Dewalt. I mean, Dewalt's killed a bunch of units for for free basically here recently. You know, the two DTs, the shuttle and Reaver.
And he just sacrificed that shuttle with the Reaver to kill one pylon.
Yeah.
That was not a good decision.
Good team. I agree.
Anyway, we are still waiting for Zealot Speed. Oh, Zealot Speed is done. Never mind. So Zhanhun decides to go for it. Not with every unit, by the way. There is a lot of Zealots sitting at the National.
It's gonna be coming across the map. I guess he's looking to maybe catch the third base here from Dewalt. Like I said, he's got these two Reavers here too, which is gonna be pretty strong in this scenario.
Oh, nice shots.
Yeah, great shots there. A lot of splash damage done to these Goons and Zealots. Gonna back up. And Dewalt doesn't really have an army that can fight against this. I mean, the army composition from Zhanhun is just so much stronger with the Archons, the Reavers, and we're only Zealot. You know, we got a couple of our own Archons, but this still doesn't really help us with the Reaver problem.
They were going for a counterattack. Zhanhun reading this? Never mind. They're playing mind games right now with this army positioning.
I was gonna say, this is a bad arc for Dewalt to fight, and he does not want to fight there. And yeah, he backs up quickly.
Well, they are trying to fight, but they are not fighting. I mean, not yet.
Yeah.
They are going at it.
Kind of fighting for position more than anything, but Zhanhun has a good position here. Good arc with his army here, gonna push Dewalt back. Dewalt gonna try and get a little bit of a pre-spread here. He's down about 15 supply when this fight started. And the two Reavers are in the back, but they're not shooting yet. But we're gonna have this flank of Zealots coming in behind the Goons as well, just a few Zealots. And supply is staying pretty even. It's a little bit close. The Reaver's having a hard time getting into the fight, but it looks like
I didn't see the Reavers attacking one time. The whole fight.
He's doing a great job of cutting away from the Reavers, but even then, Zhanhun's still winning the fight by a decent bit. We see him finally taking a bit of a supply lead up, now 20 supply. The Zealots, they just reinforce so quickly. They make so fast and they get across the map so quickly.
That was a decent trade for Zhanhun. Honestly, I was expecting more because of the Reavers.
Yeah. We have a couple of Templar out. It looks like we do have Storm, so good Storm going down on these Goons. Going to get a lot of damage and the Storm on top of the Reavers, but just the one Storm not going to be enough. One of the Templar goes down as well, so he can't make the Archon like he would have wanted to. And the Goons from Dewalt are on the wrong side of the map still. They're coming back now, but they went a little too far away. So they're going to show up for this flank basically as our army in the front dies. A big rally of Goons does come out, but we're starting to lose some probes. And
the two Reavers are dying!
Yeah, it does at least get... Was that both Reaver? Okay, yeah, just one Reaver does go down. And Dewalt's gonna hold, I think, but...
What cost?
Yeah, exactly, right? Like, he's lost so much units. There's a bunch of Zealots coming in. He might not even be able to hold here, actually, with these reinforcing Zealots come in. Is gonna be able to finally not pick this Reaver off, actually. Has, like, one hit left in it, I think. And Zhanhun quickly... yeah, just one hit there does finish it off. And, okay, so Dewalt pushes him back. He's down about 20 supply right now. This pylon block actually really messing with Zhanhun because he wanted to take this expansion. And now our players are getting mined out as well. And we're about to turn into a very low eco, scrappy game, guys.
Yeah, man. That is many workers, by the way. I didn't expect to see that many. What is the saturation that Proto has for two bases in PvP?
The worker, it's like 45-ish, something like that. I'm not exactly sure.
That was for sure more than that, I believe. I mean, could be wrong. Sniping that to server. I mean, maybe it could be a good idea to sneak some DT or something to give to get some tech. I don't know. So they are so close to mine now that they are both like chilling and spending. Because like a bad trade, honestly, at this moment, it will be deadly.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's still it's slightly Zhanhun favored, right? Still, you kind of see it in the supplies army. He does have like a much larger army. This is another. It's another Reaver. He made another Reaver to go with the. Oh my
Oh
god!
my god.
12 workers go down. A 13th goes down.
They
That's a
work
lot of
with the
damage.
DT at the tier.
Yeah, that actually hurt us quite a bit. We kind of needed those probes for this third base coming up. A few more probes even going down. The Zealots might actually right-click and kill this Nexus even. DT gonna go to the third base of Zhanhun. And I think this Nexus is dead. The Reaver even coming back as well. Might catch this. Okay, okay. Dewalt paying attention.
Yep.
And yeah, looking pretty rough for Dewalt now. It looks like Zhanhun is gonna be tying the series up 2-2 very, very soon.
Well, Dewalt is attacking with everything right now to the Zhanhun tier expansion. This is his last hope, pretty much. Like he need to win the fight, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much do or die for Dewalt at this point. But the third Nexus going down and losing so many probes, he has to try and work some magic.
Giving up the special.
Yeah, he's just gonna go for his own counterattack. There's so many Archons here for Zhanhun. I mean, that army composition is so scary looking.
You know what, man? Who has like more minions left in that national?
Probably Dewalt, I'd guess, because he's lost so many probes throughout this game. Does at least kill the Nexus up here. He's gonna lose a lot of this army. Gets a couple storms here on the backside, but I mean, his Templar going down. There's so many Archons left over. It looks pretty doomed for Dewalt on my screen.
Yeah. For sure. I saw kind of some hope because he killed that tier. Maybe, you know, he has more resources to produce, but nah, it's too much.
Yeah. Yeah, Zhanhun, he's kind of enjoyed going for these more tech builds, right, with the Templar tech, and it is good if you can get to it. I say this quite often, that it is the counter to Reaver tech, is just sometimes getting there can be a little bit dangerous because you're going to be cutting Reavers or not making your own Reavers at all, but GG going to be called. Zhanhun going to tie this up 2-2, and we're actually going to Game 5, which, yeah, Zhanhun might be able to complete this reverse sweep, so good by him.
Yeah, nice comeback by him. Honestly, I'm surprised. Because first of all, the game he won on Polestar, it was a terrible start for him.
Yeah.
But
yeah, well,
here we are now, 2-2. What is the next map, by the way?
Gonna be Dominator. Nice.
3 players map.
What do you think about Dominator? I
I
hate this map.
Really?
Yeah. It's kind of sad. I personally, yeah, I don't like this map at all. So I had tried to veto it, and then I saw it's coming back next season, so I was like, I guess I have to unveto it, but man, I have a hard time on this map.
I think it's a like very classic map, a standard macro map with many expansions.
You know, my issue with
the
it.
The thing I don't like about it really is that you can spend like pretty easily, so
you can or can't expand easily.
You can.
Yeah.
So it's like sometimes games are just longer for no reason.
Right. It's very good defensive map as well, especially for Zerg, right? Because you have all these like high grounds you can put lurkers and stuff on, so it can be a very good defensive map.
It's a really good defense map. Like the 4 bases setup is pretty clean.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm surprised you don't like it. I think it's a really good map for Terran.
I think it is too. I just I just have a hard time with it. I don't know. It's one of those things where like I agree objectively it's a good map for Terran, but there's something wrong with me.
But I have to say that the building positioning is probably not really the best for in your main. That can be annoying.
Yeah,
I can see you being extremely annoyed at the top spawn
Mhm.
and the bottom spawn as well. That could
That's
be an
actually
issue.
that's actually what I was gonna say. My main issue with it is the SimCity. I think SimCity I have a hard time with, and I think it's like such a good drop play map as well because you just have this big like open space like behind your mineral lines, like especially on that 3 o'clock expansion, right? Got this huge space above your mineral line away from all your factories where you can get like siege tank dropped or things like that. But looks like we're gonna hop into the game here. We're going into game 5 of Dewalt versus Zhanhun. All right, here at 3 o'clock we have Dewalt and his opponent. In the top left we have Zhanhun. I haven't seen much PvP on this map actually, so I don't know how much the dynamic changes because you do have all these high grounds, which can make it kind of hard to push Reavers into, I think.
Well, the most important factor here, the hacky, is that it's game 5, brother. This one is the one deciding.
Yeah.
So who is going to keep it cool? Who is going to risk it all? Who is going, who is going to keep the temper?
Yeah.
That is honestly what matters right now.
Yeah, it is do or die for all the marbles, as they say. And yeah, Dewalt coming off of 2 losses in a row, hopefully he's not too flustered, not too tilted or anything like that, can play a strong game, and Zhanhun with the 2 wins might be feeling pretty confident right now, thinking he's just got to do it one more time.
I say right now the wall is in this position because of the below the choice. No other than that, it's just like some crazy stuff like that Archon to feedback, and when he was already like with the river tech, I don't know. It's a big question about the below the choice, and then the four gateways. I don't know. It's unfortunate that Zhanhun also scouted that. I guess it could have been different.
Well, the issue with that game, I feel like, for Dewalt was he went for this 2-gate pressure, and then when he got across the map, he had less Dragoons than Zhanhun did, so he didn't even get the early trades that he was looking for. He basically never had a higher Dragoon count than Zhanhun. So it kind of defeated the whole purpose. They're all going to be scouting the middle.
They are both scouting each other, I believe.
Yeah, Dewalt playing a little bit safer, scout of the middle before going up, but they are going to get that first scout, like you said.
Can this silo deny the scouting?
Yeah, it seems like they haven't been able to shut down any of the scouts yet. Never quite getting that position quite right on the Zealot to shut the probe down.
Things like these ramps is probably not that easy.
Yeah, I think it's... I don't even know exactly how it works on reverse ramps, but I know like on Radeon there's like kind of pixel perfect spots you can put it and it still got inside on that map as well. I have a hard time ever finding the positioning. I can never seem to get it right.
Honestly, I only get it right on Fighting Spirit, I think.
Yeah.
What is that? A pilot? Must be.
Is it a pylon? If it is, it seems a little bit late, but yeah, it could be. Guess it is. Yeah, so a little bit of a long supply block there from Zhanhun. Not the biggest deal, but little things, like I said, can add up sometimes.
Yeah, that is true. Can be one more worker.
Especially in ZVZ, right? One more worker is like a death sentence.
Yeah, it's a big deal. So, pretty much mirror builds going for Nexus.
Wait, did they both gate expand? That's crazy. It's actually kind of a rare build, so the fact that they both went gate expand is kind of wild.
Yo, by the way, why is the world only using one worker to mine gas?
Because they're going for this quicker nexus, he doesn't want to
Yeah, but
overmine gas, so he's just optimizing his mineral mining a little bit more.
Zhanhun is using more workers to mine gas, and he also spent it.
Yeah, it's true. It's just a little bit more. I want to say more optimized for Dewalt, but Zhanhun just has more resources and more supply, so something's going wrong. Oh, we're adding the extra gateways a lot quicker for Dewalt. That's why.
A lot of gateways actually.
So I think we're gonna get Robo. No, it's 3-gate from both players. This is interesting. I almost never see gate expand. The fact that they both went gate expand into triple gate both. I've actually never seen this mirrored before. This is interesting to me.
Yeah, but there is. I mean, is there like robotic for Zhanhun or no?
No, there's no Robo for either player right now.
Okay.
They're both doing the please don't go DT build.
Please don't go DT. Oh, that's funny.
All right, Robo coming down for Dewalt. I don't think Zhanhun started a Robo. You see, he's got 600 gas, so I don't think he started a Robo.
Dude, that's a lot of units. Can Zhanhun hold this?
Yeah, with the high ground and the reinforcements, he should definitely be able to hold this. He's actually got, I think he's only down like, what, 1 goon? Yeah, he's going to get that initial volley. Extra goon reinforcement's going to come in. So 2 goons from Dewalt going to go down for just the 1 goon of Zhanhun. So, and the Zealot as well. So great trade for Zhanhun, taking the advantage there. And yeah, when you're doing mirrored builds like this, it typically is going to favor the defender. Dewalt.
Especially in these high grounds. Especially in these high grounds.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what map I was playing. I think it was a map called Citadel. That it was with some. The ramp was like high ground for both sides or some stuff like that. I don't remember exactly. But I played a PvP, and we were like fighting each other, and we didn't get any damage on both sides.
Oh yeah, when you're fighting like across the yeah. Citadel was a weird one. It had that kind of like weird high ground ramp with like low grounds on both sides. And now we got a what's it called, Knockout? Have you seen the Knockout map we're getting for the next season?
I didn't play it yet. I have no intel on the.
Gotcha. I played it for the first time yesterday. It's got like it's like Citadel, you know, it has that high ground with like low ground on both sides, but it's like the opposite, where it's like low ground in the middle. Like it's just like a dip. There's like a little path where it's just a dip underground, essentially low ground, right outside of your natural.
But does that mean like you're getting less damage in there, or?
Yeah, if you're down there, then you can miss, yeah. All right, so going back to the game, so I get a little sidetracked sometimes. Looks like we're just making a ton of units for both players. We got the Citadel coming down for Zhanhun, and both players maybe looking at taking a third in the next minute or so here. We just kind of see them setting up the pylons, getting some vision, positioning probes around. We do have the Reaver from Dewalt, so Dewalt going into that Reaver tech, where Zhanhun really seemed to like the Templar Archive tech, which, again, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think the Templar tech is very, very strong if you can get to it without dying.
Yeah. Hey, no one ever. I never like listen to anyone saying Storm is weak. I swear to God, I have never seen anyone ever saying, "Oh, Storm is weak." Never, ever.
Yeah, a lot of players they would like to complain about our own races a lot, but that is true. No Protoss player is going to tell you that Storm is bad. That's for sure.
They just like respecting each other right now. Of course, this is the last game, so you better be careful. But Zhanhun, I feel like it's making move. Honestly, I don't know if he's just trying to find weakness, or He just ready to go.
Yeah.
Shutter speed for the wall. Oh, the river is exposed, I think.
Yeah, shuttle flying out of here on the map. I mean, Zhanhun's vision around the map is pretty crazy. Are these what does he have spotting everywhere? I'm not even sure. He's got a pylon up here. I'm not sure what that is on the ramps down the left side as well. I'm kind of curious, but yeah, it does fly in and sees the goons, has to turn back around. Gotta make sure we don't get this Reaver caught though. But he does have that shuttle speed, so he's gonna be able to get away. Actually, a little bit of a fake, pretending to go to the high. Okay. So he's gonna go out here, but
should be fine.
We see that shuttle dancing around. He is coming back towards the natural here. I'm curious if the goons left. Just 2 of the goons were left behind, so there's only 2 goons left here.
Oh!
Gonna drop the Reaver, and decent probe kills. Gonna go for one more volley on the probes. Another 2 probes go down. Not sure if that was worth it. That was, what, like 6 probes, maybe?
Yeah, I was expecting a bit more, honestly. I don't know, it's hard to tell, because it's a shuttle, it's a river.
Yeah,
those are units that take a long time to get.
Yeah, it does at least have 2 Reavers behind it again, but...
Zhanhun is going for it, man. He's attacking from 2 sides.
Yeah, if he goes for this, I feel like there's no storm or anything with this, and very few zealots, so I don't think he's going to be able to go for this. If he does, he's absolutely insane.
Okay, he's retreating, I guess.
And no third Nexus coming down for either player yet, just kind of running their armies around. Zhanhun shouldn't be in too much of a hurry to fight. He does have the Templar tech, so he just wants to get his storms out, and then he'll be ready to fight.
Actually, Dewalt? The thing with Dewalt is that, do you know when he's attacking? He just goes for it.
Yeah, Shuttle gets too far ahead and does get picked off, and one of the Reavers go down, so now there's only 1 Reaver here with this push. I felt like this was a good window, like the timing for this push was really good for Dewalt. Because it's right before the storms would have been coming out. But with that shuttle and Reaver going down, I don't think he's going to be able to push up here anymore.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, he's just, like, rushing it, and he's getting in difficult positions. It happened at least, like, I remember, like, 2 games getting this kind of, like, bad trades.
Yeah. Zhanhun snuck this army behind him onto the high ground. Gonna go for a bit of a counterattack here. Gonna be able to catch this Reaver. This could be pretty annoying for Dewalt to deal with. He's gonna bring his army back. We'll see how much damage he takes in the meantime. He's gonna be able to clear this up, but it's a matter of how much damage he takes before he cleans it up. It's not a whole lot of units here for Zhanhun, so it should be a pretty good trade overall for Dewalt. And we're gonna see what Zhanhun wants to do with his main army while this is happening. Actually, great micro from Zhanhun, getting a lot more value than I thought he would be able to get.
Yeah, at the same time, that's a lot of dragoons that he's giving out.
Yeah, and Dewalt's worried about the counterattack. Zhanhun even targeting probes down with these goons as they die. Is going to be killing a lot of the eco from Dewalt, but he is losing, like you said, a lot of units in the meantime. He's taking his own 3rd base behind it, and I imagine he's got Templar out. Oh, just 1 Templar. Okay. Another.
Where are the Reavers, by the way? He didn't make Reavers?
He lost 1 Reaver when he attacked, and he just lost 1 Reaver there on that counterattack. It killed 1 that was routed into the natural. So he only has 1 Reaver still. And a lot of storms coming out for Zhanhun. I'm starting to get really worried for Dewalt in this game. I think I favor Zhanhun's position quite a bit right now. Gonna go for a pick onto the Templar, I think, but we ended up shooting the goon. And Dewalt gonna take his own 3rd. I mean, the game is still even supply, but once again, and I feel like I've said this the last 3 times, I just like Zhanhun's army composition a lot more.
Well, Zhanhun, he needs for sure more servers. Well, right now, he's in the dark.
That is true, actually. He is very much in the dark right now. I wonder if we could even get into our own DTs, potentially, because we've killed all the observers. There's so many observers. There's 1 out here with the army right now, but big fight gonna be happening. Zhanhun does have a fair amount of high ground. We got the storms coming in. Gonna be storming on top of one of the Reavers there. But actually, this is a great fight so far for Dewalt. He has so many goons here. A lot of units at the rally for Zhanhun above this as well. Even picking up and dropping that shuttle, or the Reaver, to keep it out of the storm damage as much as possible. And Dewalt gonna win this fight with a lot of goons left over and try to push into the 12 o'clock expansion, but there is a big rally from Zhanhun here to defend this.
Yeah, like he's getting into cannons.
He does have 2-3 more storms here, does Zhanhun, but look at all these goons from Dewalt.
That's what the means.
Yeah, pretty chaotic. There's units everywhere. Zhanhun, it looks like, found another clump of goons off to the right as well. I think those were for maybe the shuttle earlier. And now we're going to see how much value we can get out of these goons from Dewalt. He is taking a bit of a supply lead now. We do have another rally of units for Zhanhun just popped.
I think the wall, man, is winning this, right?
Yeah, it looks pretty good. This is a great probes around to make it harder for them to micro out of the zealots. But yeah, with the reinforcing goons here, I mean, the supply is staying so even, but I think it's largely a probe lead for Zhanhun. So Dewalt needs to continue finding damage here. He's taking a bit of a lead now, gonna be winning this fight, killing off a bunch of probes. A lot of goons left over. And I think Dewalt's done it, right? Like, it looked pretty bad for him. It's not over yet, I don't think, but he's getting so much value here. Well, and his third just got up in mining as well. So he can be very, very happy with how this has gone.
Yeah, like, why he's not attacking, by the way? He should be attacking.
Yeah, I think he's just worried about the reinforcements and bleeding off this army, I guess. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised he didn't keep going. He still had a lot of units left over. He also killed off all the observers again during that fight. Okay, I lied. There's one more. There's two more. I'll stop talking about the observers.
There are Reavers as well. That was a really good fight for the...
It was very good.
The thing is, like, Zhanhun early on just like gave away some dragoons. Like, a good number, to be honest.
Yeah, he was very scattered. He had a bunch of goons that weren't a part of the fight, and then you saw how many units he had in the natural, like outside of the natural, that didn't come join the fight, right? He had a bunch of Zealots and Templars sitting at the natural. Game 5, nerves, I believe.
Do any of these guys many upgrades? Yeah, +1 attack. +1 attack for both players. Okay.
Now, that being said, the game's actually not over, but Dewalt definitely took a bit of a lead. Is he getting into his own Templar tech? We're just making, like, Master Goons still, which is crazy to me.
I don't like he's giving time to Zhanhun to build energy on these Templars.
Yeah. And it looks like Dewalt's just continuing the Reaver Dragoon mass. So he's not going to be advancing his own tech.
Oh, the Templar, the Templar! He's getting 2 of them!
Oh, wow. That's huge. That is a huge moment for Dewalt, shutting down 2 of those Templar.
Yo, he doesn't see that to server?
Yeah, those are the kind of picks that will get Dewalt. Like, that can secure him the victory. He's thinking about dropping the Reaver there at 12 o'clock, but he sees that he's spotted by that pylon, so he's going to turn back around. And I don't think it would have been very good for him anyway with those 3 cannons up there. DT going to be trying to sneak around to this base, but there is a cannon and even a second cannon on the way. Actually, it looks like the DT is just going to spot here for a 4th base.
Yeah, just being annoying. Well, it's fine out at the national. So this is probably how many minutes are left for Zhanhun at the national? Because that's probably going to allow him now to catch up. Oh, Dewalt is spending that, by the way.
Yeah, I hate this expansion in this situation, by the way. Like, if storms get up onto that high ground, you can't hold this base anymore. So when you take this space, I feel like you're kind of forced to defend that space. Alright, another observer goes down. We are getting our own Archons out. Like I said, Archons pretty good against Storm. They soak a lot of damage, but their thing
There's
is
a
too
rally
because...
point. There's a rally point in the main that is messed up.
Archon's also very good against Zealots. They're good against Zealots, good against Storm. They're good against Storm because they're so big. They take up a lot of space.
It's like Zhanhun. It's not going to spend. He want to finish this now.
Yeah, because he's not taking a fourth base, he is going to have to try and get some damage done. And Big Fight going to break here, out here. Storm's going to come down onto the Reavers here on the left side. It's actually kind of a bad angle for Dewalt to be fighting on. A lot of his goons are shooting uphill right now, so a lot of missed shots are coming down for Dewalt. I'm surprised he wants to fight in this space so badly. But even then, he might be taking the win here.
Yeah, the numbers.
Yeah, just a bit of a numbers advantage, right? Even fighting uphill for a large portion of that does take the win here. The reinforcing Zealot's going to come in with a gun, so Dewalt's going to have to fall back a little bit for his own reinforcements. And DT even got in the match into the fourth, and yeah, I got 6 kills there.
But yeah, Zhanhun didn't spend, so he's on troubles. And this rally point is still accumulating units there. That could be helpful to him.
That could actually be a big deal later.
Finally spending.
And you kind of see it, even though Dewalt won that fight. This is what I mean about the army composition being so cheap, right? Zhanhun just took like a 20 supply lead after losing that fight. And he's mining less.
Yeah, Storm is making a difference in those fights. Oh,
we're gonna sneak it in. Gonna kill. We'll see how quick Dewalt notices this. It's 2 more probes, 3, 4, 5. It's like we're gonna get 6 potentially. Okay, 5 total probes go down, so it's 11 kills for that Dark Templar there. Kind of a big deal.
It's a big deal because Zhanhun actually cashed it in supply again.
Yeah, yeah. You can kind of tell how they're playing. Both players are a bit nervous in this situation.
Yeah, I just say cash it instead of scout. I just say yeah. You understand my broken English? Holy shit.
Wow, we just picked off a High Templar with that DT, nice.
Oh man, I thought they were winning this game early on. Now I'm not so sure.
Yeah, it's this game has been extremely close actually. It's yo-yoed quite a bit. I thought Dewalt had taken a pretty huge lead with that fight earlier when he was into the natural and everything, but Zhanhun has called back up. He killed a bunch of those probes, which has caught up his eco again. He's got his own 4th base online running now, and the game's basically completely evened out again.
That's say I think army composition. He has like few Archons, and that probably makes his army more strong.
Yes. Absolutely.
Because these Archons are going to destroy the Zealots.
Yep.
By the way, did Zhanhun fix the rally point?
I don't think so. It looks like there's still units. I think he found the units, but it looks like maybe we rallied another one there in the corner. Storming a single observer. I don't think I've seen that
about
very
the
often.
suspensions, the one that covered the high ground is probably winning it.
Yes. Reaver's in a pretty good position, pretty far away from the storms here. So big fight going down here on the ramp. Dewalt taking a really good initial trade. Gonna clean up a lot of these Zealots with his Archons. He's got the 2 Reavers on the left side, completely untouched, but tons of storms going down on these goons and killing off a bunch of these goons. And Dewalt's still fighting uphill with these goons, but is he gonna get it done anyway? The supply dipping extremely low now for both players. He's gonna get the high ground. He has a Reaver left over. Another great trade for Dewalt, but he is going to back up, worried about the reinforcements from Zhanhun. Oh, no, we did lose the Reaver. Did we? Or is that the same shuttle?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I missed it. My bad. I mean, Dewalt's like winning these fights, but it's by so little that he's not comfortable continuing to push. And he's fighting uphill like every fight, too. ET gonna get caught. Yeah, it does look like some sort of drop went down. It looks like it was probably a storm, yeah.
Well, good luck now defending that storm.
Right. And the game continues to stay relatively even.
No one is trying to spend. Rally point still mess up. Oh man. If you were there, well, will you play to spend again? Or just like, just wait?
I was thinking I would expand again, but maybe that's too much. I mean, Dewalt doesn't seem to agree with me, right? So Dewalt definitely, you know, about 5 times better than me. And I'm going to lose that shuttle up there to that one game. A little bit unfortunate. Yeah, looks like Dewalt is going to be moving towards that next expansion. Yeah, he is going to mine out here pretty soon, so you kind of want to stay at least on 2-base mining as much as you can, right? Here's what the upgrades are for Zhanhun. 002 here for Dewalt.
Well, apparently Zhanhun is trying to strike the mineral only?
Yeah, the positioning, the spawn advantage is actually in Zhanhun's favor, though he can kind of pivot his army. But here we go, another big fight. Once again, 2 Reavers here in the fight. Storm's coming down, but Zhanhun gonna get pushed back, and all of a sudden, a huge supply lead swing for Dewalt.
Is this gonna be it?
He's gonna expand off of that. Yeah, we see the Nexus drop, so he knows that he just got a really good trade, a really good fight, and it's like, okay, I'm not comfortable pushing up high ground into your Storms and Goons, but I killed enough of your army that I'm comfortable expanding now. There we go. The shuttle does go down quickly, but there are still the 2 Reavers. Storm going to drop down on top of them. 1 Reaver still alive, going to get maybe one more shot off, maybe a second shot, not quite going to get off, but another huge fight here for Dewalt. I feel like Zealot's coming in, surrounding these Goons. He's going to take control of this high ground, and if this expansion goes down, it's completely over. And Dewalt finally gets it done. GG. Dewalt going to win the series 3-2. That was pretty tense. You could feel the tension.
Hey, that was cinema. Hey, that was cinema.